Hello everyone, I am your narrator Sijia Lee. Welcome to Positivity Channel. Today we will explore 50 magical acupuncture points that can bring people back to life. Through massage, pressure and conditioning of these special points, we can awaken the body's self-healing power. Don't miss this inspiring video to learn how to find key points in your body that energize your life force. Please remember to subscribe to our channel.
Ming Men Point, Ming Men Pass. In ancient times, there was a medical master named Zhang Zhongjing. At the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty, he cured a patient and brought him back to life by stimulating the Ming Men Point, which became one of the legends of ancient medicine. Baihui Point. During the Warring States period, Bian Kui successfully saved a dying prince from poisoning by stimulating the Baihui Point and made outstanding medical achievements for the Qin state. San Yinjiao Point. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, the famous ancient doctor Hua Tuo helped an aristocratic woman overcome fertility problems by regulating the San Yinjiao Point so that she could successfully give birth to an heir. Guanyuan Point. During the Southern Song Dynasty, Wang Shik saved an official who was dying through the treatment of Guanyuan Point and was hailed as a medical wizard. Zusanli Point, Zhao Ji, also known as Emperor Taizong of the Song Dynasty, once fainted in a temple. The court physician successfully revived him by stimulating the Zusanli Point. Hegu Point. During the Warring States period, the famous physician Bian Kui cured a poisoned and comatose general by stimulating the Hegu Point and made great achievements in medicine for Qin Guoli. Neguan Point. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, the famous ancient doctor Hua Tuo treated a patient with acute stomach pain by treating Neguan Point. The people were restored to health. Taishi Point. Bian Kui, a famous doctor during the Warring States period, successfully saved a young man who was dying from drowning by regulating Taishi Point. Kuchi Point. Zhang Zhongjing, during the Eastern Han Dynasty, rescued a soldier who was seriously injured and unconscious during a war and revived him by stimulating the Kuchi Point. Yintang Point. In the Tang Dynasty, Sun Simiao saved a farmer who was struck unconscious by lightning by stimulating the Yintang Point and was known as a medical master. Yangling Quan Point. The ancient medical master Bian Kui once regulated the Yangling Quan Point on a battlefield and saved a soldier from fatal battle injuries. Tanzhong Point. During the spring and autumn period, Bian Kui saved a nobleman who suffered a stroke by treating the Tanzhong Point and saved the life of an important figure in the country. Dazhui Point. During the Western Han Dynasty, Hua Tuo successfully saved a seriously ill emperor by stimulating the Dazhui Point and was revered as a miracle doctor. Taichung Point. In the Song Dynasty, the ancient medical scientist Li Shizhong restored consciousness to a scribe who had been comatose due to poisoning by treating the Taichung Point. Qihai Point. During the Three Kingdoms period, Hua Tuo cured a general suffering from severe breathing difficulties and returned him to a normal life by regulating the Qihai Point. Shaofu Point. During the Warring States period, Bian Kui helped a monarch suffering from acute poisoning and saved his life by treating the Shaofu Point. Ming Men Point, Ming Men Pass. In the Tang Dynasty, Sun Simiao successfully treated a nobleman who was comatose due to heat stroke by stimulating the Ming Men Point and was praised as a medical wizard. Yangguan Point. During the Five Dynasties period, the medical scientist Wang Shuhe successfully saved a general from fatal injuries by stimulating the Yangguan Point in a battle. Tiantu Point. During the spring and autumn period, when the famous physician Bian Kui was treating a comatose monarch, he cleverly used Tiantu Point to help him struggle out of the edge of life and death. Carpal Point. During the Warring States period, medical pioneer Bian Kui saved a farmer from poisoning by stimulating the carpal point and became the local life-saving doctor. Daying Point. In the Tang Dynasty, the famous doctor Sun Simiao used the Daying Point to successfully save a palace eunuch from a sudden heart attack. Temple. In an accident, Li Shizhong, a medical scientist in the Ming Dynasty, treated a citizen who was hit by a falling object by treating his temple and gave him a second life. Jingming Point. During the Northern and Southern Dynasties, Hua Tuo, a leading medical expert, saved a Jiangzhou official who was comatose due to poisoning by stimulating the Jingming point, and was known as a master of medical skills. Jigu Point. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, Zhang Zhongjing made a seriously ill emperor recover by regulating the Jigu Point, making great contributions to the stability of the country. Yangfu Point. During the spring and autumn period and the Warring States period, Bianque successfully saved a soldier from a sudden coma on the battlefield by using Yangfu Point, and was known as the miracle doctor on the battlefield. Dadan Point. In the Tang Dynasty, Sun Simiao helped a nobleman overcome the threat of a sudden heart attack by stimulating the Dadun Point and extended his life. Yutang Point. In the Ming Dynasty, Li Shizhong successfully rescued a palace maid who died in an accident by treating the Yutang Point, and brought a miracle to her resurrection. Axillary Point. During the Western Han Dynasty, Hua Tuo successfully cured a woman's critical condition during difficult childbirth by stimulating the axillary point, and was known as the master of obstetrics. Yangbai Point. During the Five Dynasties, Wang Shuhe restored a civil servant who had suffered a stroke by regulating Yangbai Point, adding another wise man to the country's political affairs. Tianzhu Point. During the spring and autumn period and the Warring States period, Bianque successfully treated a comatose state soldier by stimulating the Tianzhu Point and saved important advisors for the country. Chengjing Point. In an accident, Li Shizhong, a medical scientist in the Ming Dynasty, stimulated the Chengjing Point to help a drowning child breathe again, giving him a second life. Heiyang Point. During the Warring States period, the famous doctor Bianque used Heiyang Point to successfully save a traveling businessman who fainted due to heat stroke and saved his precious life. Kuchi Point. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, Zhang Zhongjing successfully saved an imperial relative who was suffering from severe poisoning by treating Kuchi Point, and became a life-saving doctor at that time. Yao Yangguan Point. In the Ming Dynasty, Li Shizhong used the Yao Yangguan Point to help a nobleman overcome the crisis of falling into coma due to a sudden illness and win a second life for him. Ku's Point. In the Tang Dynasty, Sun Simiao successfully revived an old man who had suffered a stroke by stimulating the Kuzi Point and became a local medical wizard. Shaoyang Point. During the Five Dynasties, the medical scientist Wang Shuhe treated a military general who had fainted due to a sudden heart attack by regulating the Shaoyang Point, which bought valuable time for the army. Taichung Point. During the spring and autumn period, Bianque used Taichung Point to successfully save a prince who was almost killed, and saved an important political think tank for the country. Zhiyang Point. In an accident, Li Shizhong, a medical scientist in the Ming Dynasty, saved a craftsman who was crushed by a heavy object by regulating the Zhiyang Point, and gave him a second life. Zhongji Point. During the Northern and Southern Dynasties, Hua Tuo, a leading medical expert, successfully recovered a businessman who suffered from severe poisoning by stimulating the Zhongji Point, giving him a new chance in life. Fengqi Point. During the Warring States period, Bianque saved a hunter who encountered an accident by treating the Fengqi Point and saved his precious life. Xuanzhong Acupoint. In the Tang Dynasty, Sun Simiao successfully saved an official who was comatose due to heat stroke by stimulating the Xuanzhong Acupoint, giving him a second chance at life. Jianzhen Point. In the Ming Dynasty, Li Shizhong treated a craftsman who fell into a coma due to an accidental fall from a building by regulating the Jianzhen Point, allowing him to recover and return to life. Dikang Point. During the Warring States period, the famous Dr. Bianque used Dikang Point to successfully treat a soldier who suffered severe abdominal injuries and save his life. Shaoshang Point. During the spring and autumn period and the Warring States period, Bianque successfully saved a scribe who was in a coma due to a stroke by stimulating the Shaoshang Point, thus preserving an outstanding talent for the country. Leg Yangguan Point. During the Western Han Dynasty, Hua Tuo successfully cured a seriously ill farmer by regulating the Leg Yangguan Point, and was revered as the savior of the countryside. Beishu Point. During the Five Dynasties, Wang Shuhei stimulated the Bi Shu point to help a young man who was unconscious due to drowning breathe again, giving him a second life. Yangshi Point. In the Ming Dynasty, Li Shizhong successfully saved a farmer bitten by a poisonous snake by treating Yangshi Point and saved his precious life. Tai Bai Point. During the spring and autumn period, Bian Kui used Tai Bai Point to successfully treat a general suffering from acute poisoning and became a leading figure in medicine at that time. Jiangmen Point. During the Warring States period, the famous Dr. Bian Kui successfully saved a traveling businessman who was injured in an accident by stimulating the Jiangmen Point, bringing him the miracle of life. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Positivity Channel. See you next time.